All right. Good day, YouTube. Welcome to another edition of Truth and Therapy. My name is Shola, your host, and today I have with me Temi.
Hi.
TemiTope is here today. Today we are going to be talking on an aspect of our lives, which is motherhood, and any other gist surrounding that we have to share for you to do. Anyway, thanks for joining. Stay tuned, click and subscribe. If you have any questions for us, write it in the comments, and hopefully we do another video for you. Stay tuned.
Okay. My name is TemiTope. Yeah, TemiTope Adaboyon.
You're a
So,
mom of
yeah, I'm a mom of
two. When
two.
did you become a mom?
When?
Yeah.
2015.
So that's like how many years now?
Going to 9 years.
9. So you're like expats.
Well, yeah, taking it one day
One
at
day
a
at a
time.
time. So I'll first start by completing this dash. What is motherhood to you?
Well, I think motherhood is the best gift ever. It's, the privilege of actually birthing someone and bringing a life to this earth. It's something you
Amazing.
can't comprehend. It's a gift. Yeah, it's a gift, and so far it's not everyone that has that gift. So if you are privileged to have that gift, I think you should hold on to it and cherish it.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. If I'm to talk on motherhood, I would say I would describe motherhood as a journey of self-discovery. Because before motherhood, you think you're one person, and
Yeah.
after that, you will it's like an onion peeling off layers of yourself. Like the more you grow in motherhood, especially each stage of it, from like the baby to the toddler, you just begin to develop each stage and be like, oh wow, oh
Yeah.
wow.
You begin to adapt.
Yeah, and like,
Yeah.
oh wow, so I can be this, I can
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
this, I can turn to this. So that's how I would. New mothers, if you want to give them, if there are new mothers that probably are struggling, like what's your best hack? What's the hack? Is there a hack for motherhood, first of all?
Actually, I don't think there's an arc actually because my journey is different from yours.
True.
Yeah, and so many other women out there. So there's no hack per se. It's just whatever you have at that point, just make good use of it, and how would I say, just take it as it comes. Yeah, it can be overwhelming at first. You'd be like, can I do this? Wow, this is too big for me to do. But just take it as it comes. Just take it a day
At a
at a
time.
time, and you know, don't rush it, because every day with different experience.
Yeah.
And every year with different experience. So as the child grows, then you have to also grow. Yeah, by
Exactly. What I
yourself.
said about self-discovery.
Yeah, you
Yes.
have to grow by yourself and also grow for the child. So
That's wisdom. That's
yeah.
true. That's true. So what is one thing or maybe one strength that you didn't have before motherhood that motherhood has given you?
Um, before motherhood, there are some things that will happen to you that you just start overreacting and start panicking or start, but motherhood has taught me that you have to be strong, because the moment the child, every time any bad thing
Who would be
happens,
there? Like you're the one who's supposed to care for the
yes,
child
so you
now.
have to be strong. You don't have a choice. You get,
So
so you don't have to, the child does not have to see that, that fidgeting thing in you, like, oh, you have to be strong, because if you don't do it, if you're not strong, then nobody will be strong for you. So you don't have a choice at that point. You just have to be strong.
yeah. That I saw on Twitter, and I'll
Okay.
just get your reaction.
Okay.
Your reaction to
Okay.
it. Like what you think. So somebody said,
Mhm.
this isn't a fun tweet, but I vastly underestimated the personal sacrifices I would have to make in being from my own personal in my head. Like, oh, I was always imagining when I grew up, my husband would be like this, my family will be like this.
Fairy tale kind of thing.
Yeah, she's saying is the underestimation is like maybe we look at the picture and we think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But we sometimes you don't realize like the sacrifice, even our mother sacrifice, sometimes we don't see it till now.
Yeah.
When you become a mother, you now I mean, me being a mother now, I tend to appreciate my mother more.
Yeah.
I need women to take self-preservation more seriously. Nobody is putting your interest before theirs, no matter how much you think they love you. You are not Jesus Christ. You must prioritize your interest before anything else. First of all, before we even go into that fit, like as a mother, do you self-preserve? What things do you do to self-preserve yourself?
Like,
or do you think self-preservation is important in
motherhood? Yeah, it
motherhood?
is definitely. You can't just keep being a mother, and not, check yourself, check your mental health, check if you are stressed.
Yeah.
Like me, I check on myself regularly.
Awesome.
Okay, I have my ways of self-preserving myself.
You have your care days.
Yes, I have my care days and I have my care moments.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have to be day, like the whole day. You understand? I have some days whereby I check and balance myself because I know my capacity as apart from being a mother and wife and all. I know my capacity as a person. I'm not someone that likes stress. I don't like stress.
Yeah.
And when something is stressing me too much, you will not see me there.
Yeah, because we have to fill our cups too as mothers.
And even growing up, my mom would always tell me, she always say, you are not strong, go. Be careful. Do the one you can do. Do you understand what I'm saying? Even my husband knows that I'm not someone that likes stress. Yeah. So I do the one I can do. I preserve myself. Yeah. And some of the things what things do you do to okay, some of the things I do is that when I feel like I'm stressed or I'm getting there or something, number one, I sleep. I like sleep. It's good. Yes, I love reset. I love sleep. I just sleep. Then sometimes I watch movies. Can't love someone more than yourself. They love themselves. Yeah, definitely. People would always put their interest first. Before you. You also have to watch out for yourself. Yeah. And okay, when we are talking about relationship or marriage or motherhood aspect, yes. It depends on the kind of spouse you have. True. Also, yeah, there are some spouse that they are they are selfish. They don't care about their spouse and their feelings. I
think majorly the motherhood journey, what makes it easy or what makes it difficult is the spouse you have.
Yeah, I agree with you. The kind of spouse you have would either make that journey smooth or rough or bumpy, Yeah. So it all depends on the kind of relationship you have with your spouse, because there will be some times that you'll be tired. There will be some times that you feel overwhelmed, or you just don't want to be in that space. Then your spouse should be able to come in
to help.
Yeah, because fill that gap. It means a lot. Like little things, it matters a lot, and also we should always try to persevere and reboot. Let me just put it that way. Yeah, reboot.
This one is kind of funny. It says men do always what's best for them. It's really only women that always thinking about the man or relationships before themselves.
Well, it depends. I agree and I disagree with that statement. Yeah. In the sense that generally the general belief is that men, they can do whatever they want. But it now depends on, it still depends on the kind of man
that you have,
that you are. Yeah. I know a lot of men that they don't do whatever they want. They put their family first, and I think that should be the goal. So if you have that, then how would I say, then I think it's fine. It's okay. You can always go by that that line, and you can just manage.
Yeah. What are the best things or the best gifts motherhood has given you?
Well, priceless moments that you cannot buy in the world, because those tiny human beings, they can be hilarious. They can be sometimes when you're feeling overwhelmed and you don't want to laugh, you don't want to just want to be there. Yeah. They just come up with one tricky and one funny, like are you serious? So it's okay. Motherhood is beautiful generally. This is not, because we have younger ones that's not so young. Maybe they are trying to put everything in God's hands. Me, I believe, like, if you can just put everything in God's hands, then God will not give you the burden that you cannot carry. That's what I feel. And also give birth to the ones that you can take care of. That's the most important thing. Give birth to the ones that you can take care of. Don't say because peer pressure, my mommy gave birth to 5, I have to give birth to 10. Know your limits. When you get that limit, just set it and just shift back and sit down.
Somebody made a statement of that as a woman, you shouldn't give birth to the number of children that you personally cannot pay for their school fees.
Of
Do
course.
you agree with that?
Yes. I totally agree.
Like not without your husband, not with joint income. You often like you yourself.
Totally.
If you cannot pay for 2 children's school fees, you shouldn't have more than 2.
Totally. I agree with that. I agree with that in that aspect. And also, it's not really about school fees. School fees can just you can have a good job that would cater for your kids' fees and all. It's not only school fees.
Emotionally,
yes,
too.
Emotionally is, for me,
being there for a child.
Yes, is the most important. It's like the ultimate of it all. So you shouldn't give birth to much. If you feel you're capable, I know women that they are capable of giving birth to 5, 6. I know a woman that she loves kids. She can give. She said she's going to give birth to 7 children. She has that wealth of ability
to give.
To share around.
I don't think I'm emotionally available for 5 children though. That's a lot.
So it's okay, it's
because
fine.
when we are talking of things like that's one of the things, being apart from providing financially for your children, that's one of the things I feel like we didn't get the grasp of in motherhood. Being emotionally there, connected to a child.
You have to emotionally attach.
Because you will hear some siblings be like, oh, my mom wasn't there, I didn't feel loved. One child will say, I feel loved. Why does one child feel loved and one child does not feel loved? So I don't know, maybe I have that fear of like having so many children and I'm not being emotionally there, because children might have different temperaments. You might have an extrovert of a child and you might have an introvert of a child. And maybe you are an extrovert of a person, so you bond more with the extroverted child, and the introverted child is feeling left out. And they grow up and the one's like, I didn't feel my mother's love, it was not there. So I feel that emotional.
I agree with you. And also when you, in the reality sense, when you give birth to your first child, you would always love that child. Like at that moment, you feel like that child is, yes, you are ready to give the child 150%. But when the second one comes in, you have to know how to balance. You understand what I'm saying? For example, when I gave birth to my first child, I was like every day I always snap picture.
True.
I have like
full gallery
of our pictures and our activities. So it's so interesting. Then when the second one comes, it's just normal. It's not something you can fight. That's eagerness. It drops a little. Then after some time, when they are growing up, then you have to balance it.
I usually get this question a lot in my DMs on Instagram, because people feel like, oh, Shola, you're very extroverted, you go out. Like, how do you balance motherhood and having to make sure you're not missing out on your own life? So I feel that's where most new mothers go into depression. Because motherhood is life-changing experience, especially if it's your first child. Like if you're used to being carefree on your own, sleeping whenever you want, and you're just trusting to this life of caring for another human being. Like you can't move because you have to feed. So I think finding that balance, when women find that balance, you see a difference. Like, okay, she knows how to balance. With you, like you have children who are like almost in teenage years now. How did you balance?
Okay, at first, I feel the early years, especially when they are infants and all, there's an amount of sacrifice that you really have to make. You don't have a choice.
So don't feel left out if you are listening.
It's a default. Do you understand? You just have to make that sacrifice. You have to just make that sacrifice. If you don't want to make that sacrifice, then don't be a mother. That's just the truth about it. Don't be a mother. So when you make that sacrifice, then I feel like, back to what we're talking about, spouse, I feel like there should be a time for you to recover. There should be a time for you to recover. This arithmetic is done. Then now you have to put another 2 plus 2 together.
You've done your part of having the child.
And taking care of the child to a certain extent. So I feel like then when you feel like the child is good, then you can try to now incorporate your own lifestyle or the things that make you happy, into it. So one shouldn't how will I say it?
Supersede the other.
One shouldn't supersede the other, and you should be able to balance. There should be a balance, but that balance would not come at first. Sometimes you might be overwhelmed, like, oh, I've not been going out for 2 years. Oh yeah, now let's go there. You're always out. Mommy needs to.
Mommy has her own life to live.
Mommy needs to go and have fun. Mommy needs to do this, so that they understand that, okay, yes, and they also know that our mommy will not
giving your all.
Yes, our mommy will not trade our time, the time she's supposed to spend with us, with just being out there and
you're at that level. For instance, you've had that experience of sacrificing. For when the kids were little, like you've had to sacrifice. You've done that. Then you've had that stage also of now balancing. Like, okay, now I need some time for myself. I have to pull away small and come back. And now you're all about, okay, I'm going all out for what I want. Now that the okay.
So that's just,
so every stage will come. I feel like the advice is just take every stage as it comes.
Yes, don't rush.
You're not missing anything. At the stage you're supposed to sacrifice, you have to sacrifice.
You have to.
Thank you so much, Tope. Any last words for mothers generally? Anything you want to share? Just look into the camera.
Okay. Mothers, we are beautiful. We are strong. We are strong. We are self-sacrificing. And we are like the most important